guys, it's Hollie here for PlayStation Access. Now, ever since I saw this at the PlayStation conference, I have been desperate to see it. Yes, it is Horizon Zero Dawn, and I am with Herman from Guerrilla. Oh my god, it was incredible. But I would like to start with Guerrilla. Pretty much, they've been known as the Killzone studio.
That's right.
How does that feel to break out now on the new IP?
Wow, it is so nice. 4.5 years of development, not being able to tell my mom what I'm
Four and a
making.
half years.
I might have secretly.
Oh my god.
But now it's out in the open. The world has seen it, and we're getting a lot of love,
Good.
which is heartwarming. It's a warm blanket.
So obviously Killzones have been always a bit about tactical and being quite smart about the way you go through the levels. But this time this looks really, really open world. Is that the direction you guys want to go in?
It is complete seamless open world, and you know it's kind of we're still, even though it's so different from Killzone, we're always making science fiction games, but Killzone was more dark science fiction. This is, we wanted to make something beautiful,
The
right?
sun
Beautiful,
coming through like the mountains, and it's so pretty.
It's sunny California. It's such a great place to unveil it too, and so that's what we were after. And yes, it is open world.
But RPG elements, right? Now, how does that come into it? Because you want to keep things fast and very tactical and really action. Are you ever worried that the RPG elements might make that slow it down and you'll spend ages crafting or doing this or that?
Well, it's very much an action RPG, so we're making sure that we're not going to slow down the combat. So there's a lot of things like fast crafting in there. It's a huge part of this game. You play as Aloy, you play as a robot huntress.
Yep.
And so you take on these fearful foes, these machines, and you're after their resources clearly. So you see that in her bow, for instance, made up of all machine parts as well as other elements in the environment. The armor, the costumes, all of that is based on resources that you harvest.
So what do we harvest them from? Are these from the machines that are around? Does she then kill them and take the bits? So what does that build? Is that like an economy for buying and trading?
Well, we'll talk about that later, but she might initially seem like somebody that's, from a very primitive tribe, but then you look at her bow and arrow.
Yeah.
It's not just a stone, right? That clearly is a robot part, otherwise she'd never be able to pierce through the armor of such a large enemy.
It looks so good. So when we were playing, you said large enemies. I saw you called them the long necks.
That's
A
right.
bit like a diplodocus, whatever you call them, in the background. Can you just sort of go for those? Like, if you see them in the background, can you just go?
You can, so the demo that we showed, every single place, every location that you've seen, you can go through.
So if I can
you
see it in a distance, I can go there.
You're there, yeah.
Oh, it really is open world. Right, tell us a little bit about crafting then, because you mentioned quick crafting, and it is an RPG. So what kind of element does that add to the game? Is it very light, or is it a really in-depth crafting system?
It's hard to put that on a scale of 1 to 10. It's this game. I think the way we're positioning it is a third-person, open-world action RPG. The combat is a very big part of it, but so is RPG, and we'll be revealing a lot of things on the RPG side of things in the months to come.
And talking about combat, it seemed very, very smart. We saw the Thunderjaw, which was when you guys showed him a demo. That thing was enormous. It was huge, but there was so much you could do with it. It wasn't just a hit it anywhere till it dies kind of boss.
Oh, you're going to have to be very, very clever. Certainly being a small person that Aloy is, you're going to have to find out what the weak spots are. You're going to have to learn the many behaviors. You're going to have to learn one of the dozen attacks that a Thunderjaw like that has. You're going to have to be clever before, during, and after combat. So there's a lot in this game. Obviously, we're building on the tactical combat that we learned how to make in the Killzone franchise, but we're taking this to a whole new level.
What about Aloy's story? Where is she fitting in this world? Because it's a beautiful open world. It looks like there's going to be tribes and there's towns and villages we can visit, but who is Aloy? Why are we following her story?
So the tribes in this world are no longer the dominant species, but an important thing to realize is that they have never known a world without these machines. Okay. And so she's a tribe member, and she finds herself in a world that she, at least initially, not entirely understands. So uncovering the great mysteries of this world is actually the journey that Aloy has taken us on. And it'd be rude of me to share too much more with you right now.
Okay, so you're not going to share too much with me. You're saying 2016. Can you give us some idea of where you guys are in development?
So this is very much the first unveiling, and you're right, we are targeting 2016, so that's next year already.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. The game looked absolutely beautiful. We saw a live gameplay demo behind closed doors with a different route, different way to take down the Thunderjaw from the conference. It was beautiful. I'm super excited for this game, and you guys can stay tuned to my YouTube channel because there's loads more coming up.